Hi, this is Nabeel from Scentonomics. Sorry for not being able to upload a video for the past month and a half. Actually, I live in California and I was on vacation visiting family in India. But now that I'm back, you can expect regular content to be uploaded at least once a week or so. So anyway, moving back to this review, we're going to be talking about Pour Monsieur by Chanel. And so Pour Monsieur by Chanel is an eternal classic fragrance created in 1955, which is like a long time ago, by Henri Robert. It's an extremely classy and elegant fragrance, and it's for the refined gentleman. It would suit a person who isn't super ultra macho or in your face. Rather, it's for that person who is well-mannered and confident in and of himself without feeling the need to project it to the rest of the world. It's classified as a chypre, and it can be found for around $90 retail for the 100 ml bottle. So basically, that's a brief introduction on Pour Monsieur by Chanel. Now we'll move on to the presentation. So in terms of the presentation, it comes in a simple gray box that, has the Chanel logo on the top right there, and has the name of the perfume, and has the Chanel logo and some information on the bottom, the concentration, and then on the back has ingredients and other, various things, and the concentration, where it's made in France, and all that other good stuff there. On the bottom has like your serial code and things like that. So basically, once we open up the box, we see that on the inside it does have it does come with a decent cardboard protection on the inside, so that's pretty good. So the box is fairly decent, has cardboard protection on the inside, and the bottle itself, coming to the bottle. So the bottle itself has a top that is gray and has a silver band around it, and as I showed you earlier, has a Chanel logo on top. And the size of the cap is actually the same as the size of the bottle, so more or less it's almost the same, rather. So if you were to see them side by side, you'd see that they're almost the same size. So that this is a pretty large cap, if you put it on there like that. So again, I understand why they probably did that. It's maybe just to make it look a little more sleek, perhaps. So that's basically more or less how it looks. It does have a nice, sleek, slender look, and that's perhaps why the cap is in the shape that it is. And it also fits pretty snug on it. So like if you want, you can hold it from the cap, although I don't think that that's a good idea to always do that. But nonetheless, if a person wanted to, they could. That's up to them. The atomizer has a really good distribution and dispersion. So I don't know if you're able to see that or not, but so that's it's pretty good dispersion overall. So which is expected from most Chanel products. So that's in terms of the presentation, and now we'll move on to the scent. So on to the scent. The top notes are Sicilian peony, or however that's pronounced, petitgrain, and neroli. The mid notes are cardamom, basil, ginger, and coriander. And the base notes are cedar, vetiver, and oak moss. So the scent, instead of having one overpowering note, is actually fairly well balanced. So this makes it a little difficult to pick out individual notes. However, the opening is invigorating, yet it's calming at the same time because of the citrus and oak moss combination. Thereafter, we have slight bittersweet smell followed by the ginger, cardamom, and fresh herbs. This leads us to an awesome dry down of cedar and vetiver that stays on the skin, all the while maintaining the oak moss vibe. So this fragrance is not loud or in your face. It's really just a simple fragrance. It's not really a powerhouse fragrance, but it isn't super weak either. It lets you know that it is there from time to time without overpowering others around you. It's a little subtle, but not too subtle. I think it's just basically just right. So that was my take on the scent for Pour Monsieur by Chanel. Now we'll move on to the rating. So in terms of the rating, as far as uniqueness and distinction goes, I will give it a 7 out of 10. Yes, it does have a barbershop scent type smell, but the manner in which the notes come together in perfect union make it stand out a little bit. The citrus and wood combination is not absolutely unique, but at the same time, it's not too common either. The longevity, I give it a 7 out of 10. This scent does fairly well for longevity and will stay on my skin for at least 6 to 7 hours. I think that time frame is decent and expected taking the notes into consideration. For projection and sillage, I give it a 6 out of 10. It projects well for about a good 2 hours or so, and that's it. And then it becomes a more subtle scent, and that shows its face from time to time every now and then. For versatility, I give it a 6 out of 10 as well. This is meant to be worn dressed up or semi-formal. Basically, it makes sense to wear this fragrance if you are going for the Don Draper look. It can also be worn in any season provided it's worn inside or in a temperature-controlled environment. In terms of compliments, I give it an 8 out of 10. You will definitely get compliments for the first few hours you wear this, especially if people are close to you. It's very clean and soapy and does have that aftershave smell that most people like. But at the same time, it's not so common where it smells like basically any other aftershave or like Old Spice, for example. For the presentation, I give it a 7 out of 10. I like the bottle and the long cap design that it has. And although it's different, it makes sense to me. I think the box also, has good inside. It's protected very well, and the bottle is fine on its own, and the atomizer has decent dispersion also. For the Scentonomic factor, I give it a 6 out of 10. The 100 ml bottle can be bought for about $90. So even if you find this on FragranceNet, for example, or any other discount website, that price isn't too far behind the actual retail price. So the scent itself doesn't stand out too much either. So in terms of overall value, I think it's just okay. If you really like how this smells or you want a nice barbershop fragrance, then I say go for it. Or if you want something that's a little high-end and upscale, then totally go for it. Otherwise, I think many other fragrances that might be better options in terms of the price are available. In my case, I actually like this scent and I've been wanting to purchase it for a while now. And I'm glad that I was able to get it at a decent price at the airport from the duty-free shop. But, opportunities like that don't come too often or are not very common for most people. So therefore, if you really want to, then think about taking the financial dive. Otherwise, use your money wisely. So overall, I would give this fragrance a 7 out of 10. So please don't get me wrong or get the wrong idea. This is a good fragrance and it smells really nice and I really like it. And that's why, again, obviously I bought it. All I'm saying is that there are other fragrances out there, and if you want to purchase something else for the price tag, then that makes sense. So again, this comes highly recommended from me, but again, it's up to you. This is one of those fragrances, if your job requires you to dress up, then I say go for it. So basically, that's my review of Pour Monsieur by Chanel. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And also, please comment down below and let me know your thoughts on Pour Monsieur by Chanel. If you have it or if you'd like to get it, yes, why and why not? Let me know all of that down in the comments. So once again, thank you very much for watching the video and showing your support. I really, really appreciate it, and it means a lot to me. So I wish you all have a wonderful day. This is Nabeel signing off from Scentonomics, where every cent counts.